Hello, Discover Richard Joseph Trusso here, bringing to you another, what I hope is a interesting video to the world. Um, Way back in the year 2009, when I first came across the prayer orb uh, uh, hovering directly above the fingertips of a prayer hand painting a copy that was abandoned by previous owners in a trailer that I bought. Um, the original sketching is credited to Albrecht Dürer, a Christian German painter of about 500 years ago. Anyway, uh, I didn't see the orb until after I processed the photograph of that copy painting of prayer hands. And so in the year 2009, in the month of April, I was not really um, educated. I have a tickle in my throat, please excuse me. I was not really educated as to just exactly what orbs were. I've heard of them. Um, so I immediately went in April of 2009 after I saw the 4-inch orb at the tip of the prayer hands in the photograph. I immediately went onto the internet and got all the website opinions, websites of just what orbs are. And it seems to be a split decision, as it is even today in the year 2017. People out there claiming to be professionals or claiming that that's just specks on camera lenses. And I kind of thought to myself, well, how pompous of them to assume that there's that many people out there that don't know how to clean their camera lenses. And I was suspicious of those websites. And it's a good thing I was, because I'm going to take a pause here and let you see what I later found out a couple of weeks later on into April of 2009 in a different room in the basement that I dug out below that trailer to keep cool. I also dug out a sleeping berth, and what I'm about to show you is a photo of that sleeping berth, and you can see the bedspread that is already laying there on the sleeping berth. But if you look closer, you'll see an orb up in the corner, or is it this corner? You'll see the orb, and it's bigger than 4-inch diameter. It's probably about 7 or 8. But the dried mortar, Mortar, the dried mortar. I'm having problems pronouncing my words this morning. The dried mortar uh, is casting a shadow onto this 8-inch diameter orb. Now, if the orb was dust, it wouldn't be able to receive. If the orb was simply a speck of dust, it wouldn't be able to receive a 8-inch length of jagged mortar uh, putting a shadow on top of the orb. Don't you see? It'd be impossible because specks of dust and pollen are just too small to receive shadows. Makes sense, logical. Yeah, I think so. And I came across numerous other photos in the following weeks after that, after April of 2009. Other good examples of where orbs were partially hiding behind lumber or pillows. And so I'm not going to bore you with every picture, but I will show you this one. So I'm going to pause here and let you look at the shadow on the orb. And of course, if the mortar is outlining an exact shadow of itself onto the orb, then that means that the orb had to be that deep into the sleeping berth, okay, and at a distance of like 7 or 8 feet, if it was a speck of dust or pollen, uh, it couldn't be 7 or 8 inches in diameter at the same time. So, so I'm going to shut up now and let you look for the next minute and look carefully. You'll have plenty of time. You won't have to hit the pause button, but look carefully and you'll see the shadow on this huge orb in the sleeping berth. And when I processed that photo in the later on in the year 2009, I was convinced that all these so-called professionals that are calling orbs just pollen or dust, they're nuts. They're I don't mean to be rude, but for them to assume that they're just pollen or dust makes me realize that they might have a hidden agenda to put down orbs being real. I don't know what that agenda would be, um, or maybe they're just plain lazy and didn't do enough research as I did. So anyway, I'm going to shut up now and pause. And here's the orb photos with shadows on them, proving that the orbs are real, very real. Okay, and